What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. If you want some free silver shipped to your doorstep, make sure you click that subscribe button. I'm doing a 38,000 subscriber silver giveaway. The entry video is still open, so you still have time to enter, but not much time. I'll be announcing the winner over the next couple days. If you don't win that giveaway, though, don't worry. I'm also doing a 39,000 subscriber silver giveaway. I'm also doing a 40,000 subscriber silver giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away over $1,000 worth of silver. So if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. I also post daily videos, so that's just another perk, right? Every single day, I'll keep you guys updated. You cannot be blindly investing anymore. Those days are over. You got to be paying attention to what's happening in the markets, and I will update you guys on a daily basis. Now, this video is definitely critical to dive into, and I'll explain why. Now, we have an article from FX Empire talking about, is silver price on the verge of another breakout? They're going over, what the potential is, but to also kind of go into this deeper, we see a short and a long-term outlook, which is from the CPM Group, highly reputable and very resourceful company, and they go over the next 3 to 10 years, but also the immediate. Now, they're talking about silver prices are going to break record levels at some point in the next 3 to 10 years, which is much more realistic in the next 1 to 6 months, right? I made a poll talking about when silver, or asking when silver will hit $100, and 35% of people said in the next 1 to 6 months. That's not that realistic. That's extremely bullish, and if it did hit that price, it would not be very long lived, because that would go into way overbought territory. There would have to be a huge correction, a huge sell-off. Now, we can talk deeper into that whole thing, but first things first, let's jump into this first article. So, why is silver on the verge, or is it on the verge of another breakout? Well, silver prices outperformed gold this week on bets that rising silver demand for industrial metals in 2021 will surpass supply and support a long-term rally. Keyword is long-term rally. Right now, the immediate price of silver is going to be all over the place. You want to know why? Because the economy is all over the place. Unstable economy equals unstable prices. People don't know how to invest. They don't know what to invest in. They're buying, they're selling, they're panic selling, impulse buying, they're trading. They don't know what to do, and that's going to reflect into the price of precious metals. Not only precious metals, but Bitcoin stocks. I mean, Bitcoin's up to like $55,000, and I'm sure it's going to go back down to around 52. Then it'll probably hit 60, and you're going to see silver at $27, and next thing you're going to know, you'll see $30 silver, and then back down to 26, and same thing with stocks. I mean, it's crazy. You see GameStop, turning people into millionaires. You see silver causing one of the biggest buy-offs in probably ever, right? JM Bullion got shut, their site went offline because there's so much traffic. APMEX wasn't even taking orders because the demand was so high. This stuff is not normal. This is very abnormal. We're living in very crazy times, and if you want to talk about crazy silver prices, well, we're living in crazy times. If anyone was going to talk about $100 silver right now, a global pandemic, all the stuff that's happening, this would be the most likely time for that to happen. So this week, traders shifted their attention from gold to silver, platinum, and copper. The industrial metals complex is expected to benefit from tight supply, strong investment demand, and the global recovery, positioning this specific group of metals as one of the hottest asset classes to watch in 2021. Now, why didn't they talk about gold? Why did they say from gold to silver? Well, it's because gold isn't an industrial metal like silver, platinum, and copper are. Gold is a monetary metal. Silver is an industrial metal. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity and light sensitivity. But the point is, the moral of the story is silver is used in everything, from the laptop or the cell phone you're watching this video on, from the microphone I'm recording this on, from, TVs, electric vehicles with Tesla. You have solar panels, 5G towers. It's used in everything. And as we grow, it's going to be needed more and more and more. So silver is going to outperform gold, right? The gold to silver ratio is definitely closing in. It's lowering, meaning that silver is a more profitable and the better investment right now. So while big moves in gold prices remain inevitable down the road, the monetary metal is currently taking a backseat in the industrial metals. Now, I always say gold's the mascot. It drives people into the precious metals world, but then they hear about silver, right? A more affordable, cheaper, more profitable version, and they usually switch to that. Tesla is another factor driving bullish sentiment for the industrial metals complex. In the last filing with SEC, Tesla stated, in January 2021, we updated our investment policy to provide us with more flexibility to further diversify and maximize returns on our cash that is not required to maintain adequate operating liquidity. We may invest a portion of such cash in certain alternative reserve assets, including bullion, precious metals, related exchange-traded funds or ETFs, and other assets as specified in the future. So we're talking about Tesla taking their money out of fiat into things like precious metals. You saw Elon Musk dump $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. He's promoting Dogecoin. And next, it looks like, just like with the Reddit frenzy, right? It's going to go from stocks, stuff like that, to silver or precious metals. And it's interesting, and I made a video about this a couple days ago. Elon Musk he's a brilliant guy. So wouldn't it make sense for him to invest into silver, since so much silver is used in electric vehicles, and since he owns an electric vehicle company? Wouldn't that make sense? It only makes sense. Silver is going to be needed more and more as we change into a new electric vehicle era. Silver is going to be one of the main components, and Elon Musk running that company needs silver. And if he starts putting money into silver, guess where the price is going to go, right? He shot Dogecoin from 2 cents to 6 cents. That's that's a huge, huge price increase. And if one person has that much pull, imagine what he could do to the silver markets. So anyways, I wanted to share that first to give a little bit of, context. But this is the real article I wanted to make this video covering. Silver's short-term and long-term outlook. CPM remains bullish on silver, both short and long term. On a short-term basis, silver has been discovered and rediscovered by a range of investors, sell-side marketing groups, and buy-side retail and institutional investors. Some fund managers and investors are liquidating their short to immediate-term gold positions and buying silver instead. They're switching from gold to silver, and rightfully so. You can use the gold to silver ratio to earn free gold or free silver. It's actually pretty cool, and it goes like this. Let's say the gold to silver ratio is 100 to 1. So you have 1 ounce of gold, and you trade that 1 ounce of gold for 100 ounces of silver. So now you have 100 ounces of silver, right? You used to have 1 ounce of gold. You traded it for 100 ounces of silver. So now you're sitting on 100 ounces of silver, right? Then let's say the gold to silver ratio lowers 90 to 1. So you could trade 90 ounces of silver back to 1 ounce of gold and keep 10 ounces of silver for free. So you literally just earned 10 ounces of silver. You started with 1 ounce of gold, traded it to 100 ounces of silver. Now, when you trade it back, you have 1 ounce of gold and 10 ounces of silver. See what I'm saying? It's definitely something you can do, but it's very tricky. You don't know when the right times to sell or to trade are. You have to do it with bullion. You have to be very careful, because if you don't do it with bullion, you're gonna lose a lot of, you're not gonna make that silver or gold back. You have to do it with very, very generic stuff. I wouldn't even recommend American Eagles unless you have it in large quantities, like tubes. This would be very generic type of stuff. If anything with a premium goes in, it's going to be traded as at spot. So be careful with that. Plus, you have to know when the right top is, right? I mean, what if you do it when the ratio is 100 to 1 and let's say you do it, you start trading back when it hits 90 to 1. But what if it goes lower to 70 to 80, 70, and you could have made a lot more of, of profit? It really is very, very, it's not as easy as it looks, right? It's not as easy as I just explained. But anyways, that's a whole different video. But anyways, while CPM Group believes that silver prices will rise in the short term, it does not forecast gains in prices to unprecedented on record levels at this time. That may come later in a few years. Any sharp gains in prices at this time are likely to be short-lived. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Just like when I was mentioning, if $100 silver did hit in 1 to 6 months, it would be short-lived. I was talking about that at my local coin shop with the owner. If you guys didn't see that video, I drove to the local coin shop and I filmed this whole thing, and I was talking to the owner, and I asked him about $100 silver, and we were both saying, that would be very short-lived. It's highly unlikely. $50 silver, definitely. And they even talk about this right here. Prices may rise well above 30, but they also might not stay that high, as been experienced in the past 6 months. There's a lot of resistance around $30. Longer term, CPM expects silver prices to rise to record levels at some point in the next 3 to 10 years. Record levels means above $50. $50 silver was in 1980 and 2011. So if you're talking about record levels, that's above 50. We're talking about 60, 70, 80, 90, even $100 silver. So part of the current bullishness is based on expectations of stronger fabrication of demand, electronics, solar panel industries. And that's exactly what this article was talking about. These are real developments, but the increases in silver demand from these industries is not so strong to support sharply higher prices at the present, right? This is definitely a gradual approach. We also have to incorporate trillions of dollars in stimulus, a weakening dollar, right? It's not just going to push from electronics and solar panels. There's a lot of other stuff happening. Regardless of that, I would still be saying buy silver because it's a hedge against inflation as the dollar's collapsing. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're talking about, and this goes over some of the ETF stuff, the hedges, long physical positions, short positions. Investors take borrowed equities off the stock market. Primary silver production is talking about roughly a third of total silver mine supply is likely to shrink in the near future with reduced capital expenditure in sector limiting new capacity coming on stream. So, we're talking about lowering demand or rising demand, lowering supply, right? Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. That's exactly what happens. This is something that I don't think people remember or incorporate is a lot of silver's thrown away. So gold is recycled. So the recycling aspect of gold is a lot higher than silver, since gold is used for jewelry, stuff like that. Silver is used in electronics. Those electronics get thrown away. They aren't scrapping silver out of it. So you could look at the gold to silver ratio or the recirculating supply, but it's not accurate if you don't incorporate that principle into it as well. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed this video. This definitely shows where silver is headed, the short and the long-term look. So, what do you guys think about this? I definitely think that I'm going to be buying silver more than gold right now. Both are great though, right? Gold has its benefits. You can fit $100,000 of gold in a shoebox. You can't do that with silver. So if you're talking about extremely large amounts of wealth putting in precious metals, gold might be more convenient to some aspects of it. So anyways, let me know, do you invest in a gold, and what's your percentage? What's your portfolio look like from a percentage basis on that point as well? I don't know, but anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos. Make sure you go enter my 38,000 subscribers silver giveaway. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.